Alrighty. Hello everyone. Welcome to one of my videos. I didn't want to do something like this where in my title about Americans don't care for their own people, which is pretty much is true. I hate to say this. I've been asking for help all over. If some people have been watching my video about the animal control and everything else, animal control is trying to enforce an ordinance which I have gone through in a video already through the city or for the animal control ordinance. They're trying to get want me to get my cats vaccinated, which there's no ordinance for. They're trying to enforce something. The cop is not going to give me was refusing to give me a ticket so I can have my day in court. As I have requested for a ticket in multiple times in my video on this. So he has not given me a ticket so I can have my day in court. I want my day in court to prove my case, my proof and everything. I already got some documentation that proved that one of the cats is showing up negative on feline AIDS. So whoever is claiming me on a kitten I gave, or apparently, supposedly I gave to somebody that had feline AIDS and killed her cat, there was no proof or evidence on that. Come to find out. So he had nothing to stand on at that point. He was just using that, trying to leverage me to try to get my cats vaccinated. That's what he's trying to do. He's trying to enforce a ordinance which it does not exist. If I'm breaking the law, ticket me so I can have my day in court to prove the ordinance does not exist. So if anybody's questioning that, and I'm asking, since I can't get nobody help in America, I've been more willing to give some information to prove my case to you, what's going on. I'm not a scammer or anything. What you need that I can give you that won't compromise bank accounts or anything for me at all. I do have a GoFundMe on a GoFundMe account. There's a link in the description for it, or you can donate by donate through the super chat. I'll show you how to do the super chat if people do not know how to do it. And if this is currently not live, if you're watching this video, you're not going to be able to do the super chat. But you can donate through the GoFundMe page. Okay? Alright, for the people who are on live right now, I'm going to do this multiple times in the video to show you how to do the super chat if you choose that. Yeah, I would sue them. I'm planning to do that, but I got to have proven documentation like a ticket or a written statement that I must get my cats vaccinated. So that way I can take it to a judge and show them the ordinance that doesn't show this whatsoever. And I can go out, and if they gives me this written documentation, I must get my cats vaccinated. I do have the money to get my cats vaccinated right now. I do have $120 that will cost two of my cats to get vaccinated. And I do have that money. But again, I can use that money for rent to pay my bills and stuff like that. And that's going to hurt me big time. So I can do that, and then after that, I can take animal control and sue them in court. That's the plan, even though I won't get a whole lot out of it, but at least they'll give me some justice. Alright, for the super chat, for everybody who is new to it on my YouTube channel. You see this dollar amount under the chat box here? Right here is when you got to go to give me donations through that. And the only way you can do that is unless I'm on live. You go ahead and click this, then click super chat, then you select your amount you want to do, whatever you like, $5, $10, stuff like that, and whatever you choose, and then buy it and send. Basically, it'll come up with a link, web page for asking your credit card information, and you see how it's paid to you. So that shows you right there. And all you gotta do, if you want to do the super chat or GoFundMe, I would appreciate it if you could. Thank you. Alright, so back to my big video. Well, if I go into court and I got my cats vaccinated, and I sue for not on basically for unnecessary vet bills, emotional distress, all this stuff. You gotta have receipts. You gotta have receipts to prove this in order to do this. And then again, if I do get the receipts to prove it, and I don't have documentation from animal control that stated they need me to vaccinate my cats due to the ordinance requirement, if they don't have that, they can say, no, we didn't say that, blah, blah, blah. They can deny it completely, and I'd be screwed. Because the affidavit is not free. It's like $70 for the affidavit alone. Trust me, I've tried suing somebody before. Anybody outside the UK or outside the America area, if they weren't with us, that's Americans do not want to help their own, that's fine. I appreciate if anybody can help me out. So that's all I'm asking is for help, because nobody in America apparently doesn't care about their own people, especially if somebody's rights are getting violated. Now, I'm not one of those people who are crazy and stuff like that. You haven't gone through what I've gone through. I went through all the officials to try to get help. They will not help me. So, yeah. I tried that. Even a friend of mine tried to go in there and ask questions, and they sent they got on her case about some things. Yeah, all I'm trying to do. I'm not going to take video of the veterinarian. Don't need to. All I need is a written statement from the veterinarian, which I have multiple written statements already on that with Bonkers. For the feline AIDS test and the health and check wise for Bonkers. And I will get another one for Timmy to prove that too. So he's trying to get, it's like he's trying, if you want to go look at the ordinance, he's trying to get me under the grooming thing, not taking the cats for medical attention, stuff like that, that if they need it, which they don't. What do I do? Take my cat to the vet every day to make sure they're okay? That's a vet visit for $40 a day. Think about it. And that's 2 cats. That's $80. Yeah, I do. I'm trying to figure that out right now. I don't have the financial money just to move out of state. I would love to move out of Michigan. I have nowhere, and plus I got to find a place to go with my cats, or who will accept my cats with me. So I would love to find a place somewhere. If I gotta have, but I gotta have the money to move there. That's the only way. Right now, it's costing me vet bills just to get my cats to prove my cats about the feline AIDS stuff, health-wise, and then I have to go get vaccinations. That's $120 right now out of my pocket, which I could use for other things. If the ordinance doesn't have to enforce it, I shouldn't have to do it at all. So he's going to keep on coming back and trying to harass me. He was trying to get me over on a feline AIDS case, supposedly, which he has no evidence for. Come to find out, he can't use that. He just told me himself on this. So when I brought that feline AIDS test to him, it basically that's when he told me that. So he has nothing at this point. That's why I'm asking for a ticket to prove otherwise. I said I do have a link in my GoFundMe in my description below, even on Twitch. And again, for YouTube followers, go ahead and super chat me if you want. At this current time when I'm live, and I said you want able to super chat me if I'm not live. Since Americans don't want to help their own, that's fine. At this point, I have tried to ask for help from tried a couple of organizations. I tried my local government stuff. I went down to, I did City Hall, checked the county office. I broke down in the county office. I actually literally cried my eyes out in front of the lady that was there, and I was trying to be calm as much as possible and nice to her. And all what she did was call the animal control officer that is dealing with my case right now and try to work out a deal. But he still insists to get my cats vaccinated. She wasn't willing to go through the city ordinance, the ordinance that doesn't exist in that case. She didn't want to read through it. She didn't want to deal with it. So I am trying my best to get myself situated here. I'm down to compliance of how many cats I have in the household. I have done that. There's only 3 cats in this household now. I am down to compliance. And they still want to continue to harass me at this point. This is all none of this is trying to get some money out of me. That's all they're trying to do, and have me pay a pharmaceutical company to get my cats vaccinated. That's all this is. It's about is the money. And I already tried calling an attorney, and they didn't return my call, so I can get a consultation. Didn't even do that. I had a referral. Legal aid will not help me because they don't deal with any ordinance cases. I have made these calls. Now this is why I'm reaching out on YouTube right now. Since nobody in America doesn't want to help me at this point, and my rights are being violated, nobody apparently cares about their own Constitution or the Bill of Rights, apparently. As I'm seeing it as multiple times, as many over constant times when people said, why don't you just do it? You know, I'd be more than willing to if I'm ticketed and proof of it. I got money to do it again. I have the $120 right now, and if I have the documentation to prove that the animal control is ordering this, I gotta have that in black and white to protect my ass. And why did my camera freeze? God damn it. Oh, there it goes. Sorry about that. My camera froze for a second there. And still having issues a bit. It's kind of like choppy. Alright, my camera's doing whatever it's doing. It's being real choppy. Sorry for the choppiness of the video. I don't know why it's being choppy. I'm trying to figure it out right now. Alright, what's going on here? Alright, I might restart the camera, I guess. Because for some reason it's being very choppy. Alright, let's see what's going on here. Alright. 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 Heck, it's still being choppy. Come on. Really? I'm gonna reboot my camera. Give me a moment. What the heck is all this crap popping up? That's why my freaking camera's going really crap. Got a bunch of crap on my phone popping up. I only use this phone for freaking the camera. I don't use it for anything else. I don't put apps on it but the camera stuff. I got a bunch of shit popping up. Let's see if that helps. Come on, go with that app. There it goes. Alright, that's much better. Alright, I had to close all the apps that popped up on my phone for some messed up reason. Okay, that's fixed. That's a lot better. Yeah, basically, that's what's going on at this point. And I'm sorry if I'm going to offend a lot of Americans at this point. I have tried to reach out to get help, and my rights here are being violated completely. So they're trying to enforce an ordinance that does not exist. You can go, and there's a link for the ordinance from my county right now in the description. You can take a look over yourself thoroughly. There is no thing in there that states vaccinations are required for a cat, only for a dog. I have many times repeat this myself. And again, there's people out there claiming about the feline AIDS thing, that, well, it's very easily for one thing, it is very easy to transmit to a cat. Very easy. Food, water, poop, scratch, grooming. You can go look it up if you don't believe me. Google it. I don't want to go through details on that because I have mentioned it many times. Read it through, watch some videos, you'll believe me. Again, my cat, my oldest cat, 8 years old, I had it for 8 years since he was a kitten. The kitten's missing an eye. The cat was missing an eye, the one I'm talking about. He was tested negative. He used the same litter boxes through all my cats, drank and ate the same food out of the same food dishes, and all that through all those years. And if it don't show symptoms or signs of it, that, again, if he did get it, it would show up in the blood work. It will still be there. If that was the case. As I said, you need to educate yourself and read this stuff. It will show up in his blood and the blood work that he has the feline AIDS if it's not active. So, I'm sick and tired of repeating myself to a lot of people on that, and they're assuming this. They're not reading the information, and it's right in front of them. And come to find out, even the vaccination for the feline AIDS is not effective as you think it is. Look that up also. So you're being lied to. That's why I'm not a puppet. I'm not going to take at face anything that people tell me at face value. So I'm going to take a look into it and make sure that's correct. Don't take anything if somebody tells you at face value. Look into it. Do your research before you do that. Because you're just basically, you're just being a sheep. You're following a wolf. That's all you're doing. To the slaughter. That's all you're doing. So, again, for people who wants to super chat, I'm going to show you again. Sorry about this. Because people didn't know about it and how to do it. Alright, right here. You see it's on your chat box right there? You'll see it right there. I'm wondering why is that doing that. Make sure to fix that. What the hell? Oh, it's probably the filter. Probably get the filter on. Why it's cropped down like that. I didn't realize the filter was around. Let me turn that filter off. There we go. Now you see the full page. Okay. Alright, right here is where you go for Super Chat. To donate money if you want. Super Chat to me. Again, you can just select your amount. Buy and send. All you gotta do is enter your credit card information right there if you want to donate that way. Or go to my GoFundMe account. And that's linked in below the description. So that's just showing you so people didn't know how to do that. And I was like, they didn't know how to do it. A couple people wanted to super chat me. Just showing you how to do it. Alright. But again, I'm asking for help. If it has to be outside the country to ask for the assistance, I would appreciate it. As I said, you won't be able to do the super chat unless I'm in live video like this. You won't be able to do that. Again, the link will be below in the GoFundMe page below. And as I said, I'd be more than willing to provide you information that I can provide you as much as possible to show you I'm legit, not a scammer or anything like that. I'd be more than willing to right now at this point. So, but again, if it doesn't compromise my security at all for my personal stuff like a bank account or anything like that to get hacked into, I will be more obliged. Okay? More obliged to help you out in that to prove my legitimacy. Of course, my name is real on the account. You can look me up. Facebook, everything else. I'm well known on Facebook in my local area. This basically all it started about on Facebook with people This is all about Facebook stuff. This is the basically know how Facebook works and how ugly people could be on Facebook. It just people are getting jealous that I was making money legally, pretty much legally. I was making money and I wasn't breaking really any laws selling kittens whatsoever. They got this belief it's illegal to sell kittens, which is no law. You know how that works with some people. They think they know the law. Again, I have looked and researched this, and the officer did state there's no law for it neither. Again, they don't like it. And they're because the people are worried about the animal population out of control. So look at the statistics. It doesn't really matter at this point at all. It's still out of control, regardless how much you enforce laws or damn it, or ordinances. It's still going to be out of control. And basically they're trying to enforce, and it's going to make people scared at this point for anybody to try to get kittens homes for rehoming fees and stuff like on Craigslist, Facebook. They're going to frighten people to the point where they can't do that anymore. And just imagine what's going to happen to the people who do have it, just have kittens by accident. They're not going to. Some people are not going to want to take it to the pound and worry of being euthanized. Which, again, people are stating the animal shelter does not do that. If you want, you can go to the first video of the refusing me the kennel license information. The woman stated they put kittens and cats down every day. She stated that in the video. Listen to it very closely. She did state this. They are a kill shelter. Jackson Animal Control is a kill shelter. And in the Humane Society, they're always packed full. They won't accept any more pets most of the time. I have tried that many times before in the past. Now they're going to frighten people after dropping a hammer on people like this, like me. Now they're going to make people in fear of both animal control, and now what are they going to do with the kittens then? Chances are, one of the two, they'll get dumped, thrown away somewhere because they'll be too afraid just to even try to get them homes. Because you got all these animal abusers, dog fighters, snake enthusiasts, all that stuff out there that they will take a kitten to do with, or they'll be fishing for marlin and sharks, as you've seen in one of my previous videos. For that, it's a free kittens is a bad idea video. I think that's what set off people. They got upset because I showed that. That happens. I think a lot of this is that's one of the start of this case. I want to show that video because it upsets me when people. I hate people sometimes they give away kittens for free. It's not a good idea. And I had no trouble until this crap happened. Now I had to just give the kittens away. At this point, just give them away to whoever. Just to get it, so I'm going to give them at least a little fighting chance to live, you know, at this point. Now, who knows what's going to happen to them at this point? Because if I gave them up to the shelter, the animal control, they'll be euthanized. So, this is what happened. I hope this person who reported me in is proud of themselves. And think about it. You think you did some good? Think you got back at me? And so you're going to harm cats in the process of this? Hope you're happy. And I hope you're satisfied now. So, now I'm dealing with animal control. I'm down to compliance as I requested. as requested, and they're still harassing me. My cats are fixed, healthy, and again, I can get Timmy's proof of health if the need be, and proof of fix. I have documentation for bonkers right now. So, yeah, as I said, I'm just trying to get this taken care of. Again, why isn't the animal control officer not providing a ticket when I'm asking for a ticket? I want my day in court. Think about it. If there's an ordinance, if I'm breaking the law, prove it, give me a ticket so I can have my day in court. What's stopping him giving me a ticket? I'm asking for a ticket. I mean, I was like, the first 3 times I asked for a ticket, and he still has assigned me a ticket. Come on. Come on, I'm serious. Think about this. Does he, or can he give me a ticket? God, I mean, people, if they can't see that, I don't know what's wrong with you at this point. I don't. They're going after an innocent man here. Dad, I was over compliance with cats. So yes, I admit to that. Dad, down mine on that. And again, he included the kittens, which they weren't even of the age to be considered be an ordinance issue. But I wasn't going to take a chance of them taking them away from me neither. For their protection. So, again, give me a ticket. Give these people, give me a ticket or documentation. I must vaccinate my cats. But I mean, as I said, I went over that ordinance. You guys can go through the ordinance yourself. Whatever. Again, you can check my legitimacy. Make sure I'm not a scammer. I'd be more than willing to provide the information, or you can go through whatever, how they check for background check, whatever. I'd be more willing to provide you some information that, as long as it doesn't compromise my security, my identity, as long as it doesn't compromise identity or my security of my anything in my financials. What the frack? What is going on with this again? I'm out here busting my ass just to prove my innocence. And it's costing me money. They're going after an innocent man to just try to make it in life, whatever means he can, legally, everything I can. I'm trying to get Social Security so I can get a different type of, so I can have an income that I don't have to rely on selling kittens at all, stuff like that. The only thing I can really do is do my computer business. Be just fine with that. I'd be perfectly fine with Social Security and still run my computer business. I'd be totally fine with this. So, that's the whole idea. And that's why I'm requesting this officer is not giving me a ticket to prove there's an ordinance that is in the ordinance book. He's not giving me the ticket so I can have my day in court. Why? Or proof of documentation. So I can just go get the cats vaccinated and I could take the animal control to the court to sue him for unnecessary vet bills. I want my day in court. I just want my day in court and be left alone and keep my privacy. That's it. Is that hard to ask for? You know? What am I supposed to do? bow down, pay it, do all this stuff. But again, what's going to stop them just coming back again and try to violate my rights still? This goes for everybody. You have rights. There's the Constitution. If you don't know what the Constitution is, that Constitution has been to the founding fathers of this country. Apparently, you're not been taught about it, or the Bill of Rights, because you don't apparently care about it neither. And I do. I'm not saying all people who I deal with and everything else. I'm just talking about generally the ones who don't agree with it. That's who I'm talking about. They're there to protect us. That's the whole point. There's a reason why they made those for this country. This is the reason right here. Let me name a few people. Martin Luther King. The lady who sat on the bus and refused to give her seat to a white person. The women who asked for their rights and fight for them. And kept trying to keep them and trying to get, and still continue a struggle of fighting for their rights. Those people. So, all those people that fought for their rights and stood up for them. Especially with how many people we lost during the Civil War. Stuff like that. Look at those people. That's what we're fighting for. That's what we're struggling for. Rosa Parks. That's what's her name. The woman that was on the bus. Took me a moment. Sorry. All that stuff. The fight for the women that fight for the right to vote. The black people, African American, fight for the right to vote. Stuff like that. That stood up. So I'm here trying to stand up for my rights. That's all I'm trying to do. That's fine with me. That's again until the officer, animal control, decides to figure out what they're going to do. Give me a ticket, whatever, or black and white writing. This guy is going to continue to harass me until this day he gets me to force me or try to get me to go to a vet and get my cats vaccinated. And I'll have nothing to stand on if I go to court if I don't have a ticket or black and white writing stating I need to do this. I have no letters. I haven't gotten one letter from the animal control yet for this. I haven't got a ticket from animal control yet to do this. There's nothing in writing. I gotta have something in writing to protect me and everything else. So, because again, they're one of the two. They know they're in the wrong. Nobody cares. So that's why I'm asking for anybody. Apparently, I can't get the help inside our country, the U.S. I have called organizations, my local government. I called the governor. I called the mayor. I called City Hall. I pissed off a lot of people in City Hall for repeated phone calls. Trust me, they were to the point they were going to call the police on me for harassment. Okay? I have tried this. And I went down to the county office and tried, and I said I broke down in front of the lady in front of her, and all she done was call animal control, the officer who was dealing with my case, and try to work out a deal, but he still persists on an ordinance that don't exist, and the lady who was in the county office didn't want to even go through the ordinance that they signed and filled out and put out there for these people. That there is no ordinance for vaccination for cats. If I'm breaking the law, if I am breaking the law, ticket me. Or give me a letter stating I have to be in compliance for the ordinance. Or how to obtain this information, and give me the information what I need to do. You haven't done that. You haven't provided me written documentation what I need to do. That's all I'm asking. That's not like I'm asking for much. Why can't they provide this? A ticket or written documentation that stated I must get my cats vaccinated by order of Jackson County Animal Control. I'm not asking for much. Do your job. I'm not going to just get my cats vaccinated and there's no law for it, and it just basically you're trying to bully me to the point of doing something. I'm not backing down. You got just ask yourself, why doesn't he do this? If he's not doing nothing wrong, why doesn't he provide the written documentation that requires this, or a ticket, so I can have my day in court? I'm asking for a ticket or written documentation, either or. He has not provided none of them. I even asked it multiple times, and even the one video when he was up front of this house in his truck, couldn't even find the ordinance in his ordinance book. And he found something, and it has nothing to do with vaccinations. Nothing to do with vaccinations whatsoever. And he's trying to say it's there. Again, you can go through the ordinance. I can point out a few of my things right here real quick too. Okay, let me get it up here. And I'll show you again. I'll show everybody again on this. Looking for it right now. Got it on my desktop somewhere. Ah, there it is. I had it highlighted and marked into here. Okay. Come on, load up. Alright, let me get it up here. Alright, here it is. Animal Control and Protection Ordinance. County of Jackson, Michigan. This is the things he pointed out to me through this, okay? And I did look up the Act 339 and of the Public Act of 1919. That only has something to do with dogs. That's it. Here's what he pointed out right here. Got it highlighted. Adequate care means that provision of sufficient food, water, shelter, and medical attention to maintain the animal in state of good health, which I can provide for Bonkers right now. And again, all I gotta do is simply go to the vet and get the documentation for Timmy. And here's another one he pointed out, because of the word animal, which that includes all types of animals in your household. Dogs, cats, anything that is on four legs, pretty much. Means any vertebrae or other than human being. That's one thing he pointed out to me right there. Okay. And here's the other one. Cat. Means of an animal of any age of species Felis catus. And just let you know, this ain't really law right here at this point. It's definitions of the law, and it's going to show you in the laws. Just to let you know. Okay. Let's keep on going here. I read through all this stuff. This is all definitions. definitions. Now we're in the articles and in the ordinances. Alright, I got it highlighted what he's trying to do. Long ways to go. I'm gonna fall asleep here. There we go. Alright, here's the first one. For any animals are engaged in any of the behaviors described in Article 9 classifications of animals. Alright, let's go to Article 9. Right there. To interfere with, hire, resist, or oppose, obstruct, issues to false report, or molest of animal control officers in the performance of his or her duties, or a person remove of any animals control vehicles and shelters properly without permission. And that's that one. Let's go to the next. Oh, here's that article. Okay, I was looking at the wrong article. Right here. Okay. I marked it on here. I put a little note. To fail to provide an adequate grooming. My cats are all adequately groomed to me at this point. They groom themselves. They use their tongue. There's no, what do I need to groom them with? I mean, I can brush them. Again, their hair's not matted. They don't have poop hanging off their back of their butts. When the animal is in pain or distress, including but limited to the following, which none of these meet the requirements of that. Unable to lift their head, which they're able to lift their head, no problem. Unable to urinate, to defecate. It's kind of hard to, unless you watch them do it. What, I could take video when I hear them scratching in the box and takes a video and prove they're urinating and defecating just fine. Crying out in pain, and they're not doing that. Unable to rise or walk, which they're able to do. Fail to keep their eyes open, ears free from infections, or matted in such a way that if interferes with the animal's sight or hearing. Which of none of that I took bonkers in, and the vet gave him the okay. I have a letter proving that, and I can do the same thing with Timmy, and I'll give a letter okay with that, no problem too. So, not a problem there. I can pay the $40 visit fee and get it done. But again, if I must get the vaccinations, I don't get it all done at once. Not a problem. Because I have it done right there. And they can prove he's been neutered. So, it's unlawful for any person to fail to provide medical care with an animal in pain or distress, including but limited of the following. Again, they are not showing none of these symptoms of signs, and I took bonkers to the eye thing, even 8 years ago when it happened to them 8 years ago, which they kept on record and they didn't. But again, the veterinarian gave that okay when I took him in. So that's all done. In the state of emication, like they're not having any weight, unable to rise and walk, again, same thing. Urinate, defecate, again, I could probably try to take video if I need be. Watch them do it. If anybody wants to watch them pee and poop. Oh, really? You know, unable to eat or drink, that's not an issue. They're both pigs. You know, I had to fill the dish after a couple days because I use a big bowl. I use a gigantic bowl of food. I don't just put a tiny dish of cat food down. I put a big ass bowl of cat food that lasts about 3 to 4 days. I put a huge one. I always make sure they have food and water. Oh, I have a big water feeder out there also. A huge water feeder. And they always have water. Always. And I do have a big bowl of cat food. So they're not starving. Suffering from unattended broken bones, wounds, burns, or concussions. Which none I don't have on any of my cats. No issues there neither. Again, I have an okay on bonkers. Again, I can still get the same thing with Timmy. Painful or difficult breathing. Same thing. I can prove that otherwise that I already did with bonkers. Passing blood in urine, feces, and vomit. None of that's happened. Presence of maggots or infest with other parasites. I haven't noticed any worms or tapeworm coming out of their poop. There's other parasites you can't see, but again, that basically is unnecessary vet care. A lot. Nobody's gonna. It's like if they're not. If the only if a parasite is in their bodies, there's an issue. If there is a parasite, there basically would be a weight problem. They'd be losing weight and not able to keep weight on. Period. Whatsoever. That's not the case, as you see in my cats. Severe skin diseases. Doesn't fall within anything on my cats again. Nothing there. I don't have any skin diseases on my cats. I think that would be it. I'm pretty sure of it. I have gone through this over and over again. And there is nothing in here that states vaccinations, as I pointed out, for cats. That's it. That's the end of the. That's the end of the ordinance of that. Let me bring up the state ordinance. The Act of 339 of 1919 that states on top of the ordinance the dog law. Here it is. This is the, you can look this up on the Michigan legislation. An act relating to dogs. No cats, no nothing of that, of sorts. The protection of life or livestock, which they're not livestock. Or poultry for damage of dogs, providing for license of dogs, regarding to keeping the dogs, organizing their destruction in certain cases, providing to determine the payments of damage done by dogs and to livestock, and actually has nothing to do with that at all. It's just dogs attacking livestock or poultry like chickens or stuff like that. Again, has nothing to do with cats. No, there's no legislation of it. This is all I can find for our government, for our state. Okay, this is all to do with dogs, nothing to do with cats. The other ordinance of like the shelter, how many animals are allowed in a household, which that's a city ordinance, which it can be looked up. You're only limited in three pets in the house. That's it. So all this is to do with dogs, nothing to do with cats. Okay. So I'm asking for help again. I guess I'm asking for help outside the country from anybody if possible, because I'm not getting nowhere. The people that are helping me in this situation, they're very limited what they can help me with, and they can't help me for legally, like the attorney fees, vet care money for that. They are not. Those people that are helping, they are doing their best as they can, as they're limited to do. I appreciate the help they can do. But again, the people that are able to help, organizations, stuff like that, and the people in our government is supposed to protect our rights, they're not doing that. All they care about is the money. Whoever's paying our officials, like the pharmaceutical companies and stuff like that, that pays for their checks and basically their campaigns to be re-elected, all that stuff. You know, everybody knows how that works. So, and they don't care about the person's rights at all, as long as it makes them money. I mean, look at Flint and their water problem. We're still having that problem now. So, all I'm trying, as I said, all I'm trying to do is make a living and make some money to keep myself, have a roof over my head. And it just made it harder for me. And I wasn't trying to do anything illegal. I'm not selling drugs. I'm not out there committing crimes or stealing whatsoever. I'm not trying to become a public health issue neither. This is all about Facebook, basically. Again, if people should agree, Facebook is a bunch of people that will try to put you down, tear you down, whatever means they can, if they're not your friend. If you piss them off, if they don't like your opinion, your belief, they'll try to tear you down, so they don't hear. So try to silence you. So you're not silencing me. But I will not post anything like I used to post on Facebook, because it's not worth the hassle or trouble. That wasn't where I was getting a lot of my help from, and on the money issue, anyways. So I have other means for that. So again, it's not able to do now because I don't have my other cats anymore, because somebody made a report of saying I supposedly gave a kitten with feline AIDS to him. Yeah, read the documentation on feline AIDS, how it's transmitted, and how the vaccination works, which, if they work at all. If they're trying to force that vaccination, it's not effective, as they stated. You're being lied to. All you're doing is paying a pharmaceutical company. They're trying to gain some money off you. That's all it is. And I'm not trying to say do not do it. But again, if you don't have to, if there's no law, it's not required, you know, I'm not one of these crazy people that say vaccinations do bad things. But again, if it doesn't work, it doesn't do what it's supposed to do, what's the point? I'm paying money to a pharmaceutical company that they're making a drug or a vaccine that doesn't work. If it does work, think about it. They have lied to people about it. They got people convinced to doing it. It goes with humans too. On pharmaceuticals, some drugs will help people, but sometimes some people it's not necessary for to get for. I'll give you an instance for one. When I was a child, because I was a hyperactive child and out of control. If people know what I mean, and who I've been up with and hanging out with when I was a child and brought up. Yeah, I was like that. You know what they prescribed me? Ritalin. And come to find out, my parents figured that out. I'm glad my parents figured it out. Ritalin wasn't working. They had me on Ritalin for about a year. And they found out it didn't work. It didn't do what it was supposed to be doing. So they were paying a pharmaceutical company, again, for a drug. And as I said, it might work for some other people, but not everybody. Okay? Don't go into it blindly. Question everything. Make sure if your child or family or loved one is getting the proper treatment. Just don't go into it blindly, because they could be in the wrong or misdiagnosis. Which in my case was true. There was a misdiagnosis in my case. They thought I was mentally retarded. On record. Hearing voices in my head. Because somebody misdiagnosed me. I had a speech problem when I was young. All my stuff, my verbal wasn't getting out properly. You know, how I say things was different. And I still kind of do it today. And again, I have a language problem, part of a disability of something else. Again, so they misdiagnosed me because of misunderstanding of stuff and certain tests, like they give you in school for every year, for like an IQ, whatever test they give you every year, to find out how well you're progressing and where your levels are and where they need to put you. Again, I was in the understanding of whatever it was. I didn't understand what it was or what was going on with that situation. It's like, or I didn't care or something, you know. Until I didn't know about it until like 10th grade. Of course, when I hit my 10th grade period. And when I figured out what was going on. I knew something was off about how it got, why I was in special education in the first place. I was kind of didn't understand certain things why I was put in special education. I started questioning. I couldn't figure out why my parents didn't question this. It's like, why did they question this whatsoever? I couldn't figure out why. But again, I doubt my mom. I had to ask questions before my mom on this stuff, and she don't remember things, or she don't want to remember, one of the two. So it makes, and it's like, okay. You know what she told me when they found out about the misdiagnosis of my mental status was? Said, I could have got you Social Security. That's what she said. When she heard that, it's like when they found out that I was misdiagnosed as mental retarded. It's like, wow, that's all she said. I could have got Social Security for you under that basis. They found that out I wasn't mentally retarded in 10th grade. I was in high school. I started really questioning that, why I was in special education in the first place. So I did proper education for most of my childhood. Because they had me misdiagnosed. You know. Kind of sucks. That affected me, and it still affected me today. At this point. And that's been, and again, I just don't know. Again, I'm just trying to protect my rights now, and I'm trying to survive out here. That's all I'm trying to do. So, all I want is my privacy, which I'm not allowed to have, apparently, by animal control, because somebody made a claim on something, or a false report, or lack of knowledge of something. I mean, I was pissed and angry, but again, there's a possibility the person who did this could have been not know where it came from, or how the kitten got it in the first place. And she said she had a cat already, and nobody's questioned this of her cat. Who knows if she got the proper veterinary care for her cat, or the vaccines that the cat needed. Oh yeah, okay, that again, there's that. It just popped in my head. Her cat, for instance, didn't have the vaccination for the feline AIDS, or if it did, it wasn't effective. So her cat wasn't vaccinated against it. If the kitten did infected her cat, and her cat wasn't vaccinated, that means she did not get vet care or her shots on her cat. Think of that. And then they're coming after me saying, because I didn't vaccinate my cats. Again, there's that, and she didn't vaccinate her cat from the feline AIDS. I hope that dawned on you. It just dawned on me after just talking about it. So that means she didn't vaccinate her cat for the feline AIDS, or probably anything else. So did she even get the vet care that she required at all herself? But again, this whole thing is about me now, on the case, the situation with animal control. But nobody questioned this and looked into that again. Investigate something that is a possibility. Her cat could have had the feline AIDS, without her knowledge. Didn't get it tested, and infected the kitten and killed the kitten, and it finally, wherever the feline AIDS kicked in on her cat and died. So, and I'm hoping people understand that. I mean, there's that possibility. And again, I don't know who this person who made the complaint. And again, as I said, I got my cat bonkers tested. How well it's transmitted. It's easily transmitted through food, water, and litter boxes, grooming, and all that stuff. It's easily transmitted that way. And again, it would show sign in the blood work that he did get it. If it's not even active, he will still show up. That's how blood tests work. Okay, it would show up. It's how people with HIV. HIV is a form of not active AIDS. That's the difference between HIV and AIDS. There is a difference between the two. HIV is a version of non-active AIDS. So it hasn't kicked in yet. Then when it kicks in, then it comes to be AIDS. I know that from being taught in school. I could have to look it up again. I could be wrong, but I should look it up, you know. But that's what I think it is. If I'm not mistaken, HIV is a form of an inactive AIDS, but still be transmittable. Oh, I was about ready to watch Game of Thrones, so I just decided to do this. Can't wait to see the first episode, season 8, Game of Thrones. About ready to watch it after I'm done with this. Oh, I can't wait to see how that goes. Oh boy. I was just right to start at the beginning watching it, and I said, I decided, oh, screw it. I'll stop it for now and get on YouTube and do this. Again, I'm asking for help. Basically, if you can, please donate, whatever. I should go downtown and set up a P.O. box. If you want to send checks or whatever, that way you can too. Also, and I can have a P.O. box downtown. It's not a very expensive thing. And you can send it through P.O. box if you want to send it that way. There's many ways you can donate money. As I said, you can go through my GoFundMe page, and it's in my description, or Super Chat, which I haven't seen no Super Chats. So that means, well, I'm not getting the right people on here. But again, you can go to my GoFundMe. Basically, nobody wants to help me in America at this point. All I'm asking for them need legal help. Because at this point, I said I already tried calling an attorney, or if I can find an attorney to be willing to help me with this case, to prove my innocence and, well, prove this whole thing, or one of the two. Because if there's no ordinance, as I pointed out, I'm not trying to lie. I like to follow the law. Again, I know, again, it's over the limit. But again, I'm struggling out here with what money I get. You know, it's not like I'm trying to hurt my cats or anything, or trying to harm them. I always make sure they're well taken care of and well in health. You know, if it was required by law for vaccinations, it would have been a different story. I would have actually gone down and got it done. But again, it's not required by law at all. And if it was required, if it was a law and an ordinance, I wouldn't be on here whining and crying about it. I would actually do it. I would try to get the money and get it done. You know, I would have done it. I would try to be in compliance. Like I did. I got in compliance for the amount of cats in the house, which I did. And it hurt. I'm really struggling right now at this point. I'm hurting. It hurts. I'm in hurt and pain because they were there for emotional support, and those kids were nothing. The kids were a big help. You know, I mean, I'm taking care of kittens and loving them and doing things that help me and helping them. You know, I'm struggling with my emotions at this point. And right now, I'm trying to hold back right now. And it's hard. It is very hard. They ripped my family apart for me. It's like taking your kids from you that you love, and they're my children. They've been ripped away from me at this point. It's like, what am I supposed to do at this point? And again, I am disabled and emotionally distressed with this situation. I am upset, and I can't do nothing about it. And I probably lost some friends in the process, actual good friends on Facebook. They weren't, and I might have blamed somebody wrong, maybe, I don't know, and I do apologize. And it's probably a good chance the person I might have accused of, I should have talked to her first about it. And that was, again, I was going through a whole bunch of emotions at the point. And my mind is not right at this point. I mean, I don't know what to do. What am I supposed to do? I might have lost a couple friends on my Facebook due to something that I said to them or whatever. Again, I'm not in the right emotional state. I should have asked, but again, the animal control officer could have twisted, and if she did call animal control about and try to help me on my side, and what happened was the animal control officer could have just twisted what she said was trying to help me in the process. Instead, he used it against me. And if that was the case, I do apologize. I am very sorry. If you're watching this, I am very sorry. I wasn't thinking. And I hope the person is honest. I don't want to mention her name. And if that's the case, I do apologize. I'm very sorry. But I didn't know what to do at the point. And he started saying stuff that you said to me, on Facebook, and he twisted it all the way around. Okay, if he did do this, I'd be more than willing to do an open apology on this whole thing, if that was the case. And I'm very sorry for that fact. And you know what, if everybody understands how cops are, they will take whatever thing they can have and try to twist it around and use it to their advantage. It really sucks. And again, this is putting me through a lot of emotion. This is what I'm planning to do. I do want to take them to court and sue them. I do. If I have the support for this, I will do this. But again, there's no guarantee that I win the case. There is no guarantee in that. There's no guarantee in anything. So, and what am I supposed to do? I mean, the judge could just side with him, most likely. It's like the cop sided with the animal control officer when he was here. And I was trying to respect him as much as possible. I was trying not to do it. And again, the cop judge, I just took my attention from him and straight to the animal control officer. He wasn't going to do nothing. He wasn't going to say anything. Even though before the animal control came back, they enforced the animal control issues before they came back. He should know a little bit about the ordinance, at least. But again, buddy, the thin blue line, that thin blue line, of course. Well, and I can't be part of that thin blue line. And my dad was a cop. My son was a police officer before he passed away. No, I can't be part of that, I guess. So I like to try to respect cops. I said I will respect an officer if I get the same respect back. I want to work with the officers, but again, my past with the cops, it makes it very hard. for a fleeing and eluding charge and a couple of domestics. Yeah. And that was in my younger days. You know, again, I hadn't done anything like that for years. Breaking the laws like that. I kept my nose clean. For one, I stopped trying to date women because they wanted to be vindictive if something doesn't go right in a relationship and they want to break up with you and try to get you in trouble with the police. You know, that's one reason I don't date. I'm not taking a chance to go to jail for a woman. It's not worth it. I will not go to jail for a woman. I'm sorry. That's why I try to stay away from it as much as possible. I don't want to take the chance anymore. Sorry, ladies. I kind of... And I don't know, there was a couple of them that were interested in me. But again, that's my reasons why I don't try to date a woman, is because of that reason. Because there's been a couple times law enforcement was called on me for domestic. One was basically, it wasn't really much of a, it was a stupid thing between me and, it was actually some people my ex-girlfriend brought in the house, and over that stupid shit. And again, it was my younger days, it was in my 20s. Actually, before my 20s, actually. I think I was 19 years old when that happened. The actual first domestic was my stepdad. And that whole situation again. And the other incident with the cops again was for a fleeing and eluding charge for I was just speeding in my mom's car at the time, which I was speeding and admitted to. Cop thought I needed to learn more of a bigger lesson, so I trumped up a charge for fleeing and eluding in a vehicle. I wish we had dash cams at the day. Now I was 17 years old, and that happened. So, yeah. But I'm 41 now. Don't look. A lot of people will say you don't look like 41, but I am. I was born March 10th, 1978. That's when I was born. I'm 41 years old, and all the law of trouble I had when I was basically between a little bit before 20 years old and then my 20s. Ever since then, I haven't really gotten in trouble with the law whatsoever. No, just run-ins for little bullshit. That's it. The stuff where they usually rent a room from somebody, or things don't go right and police were called, blah, stuff like that. But no, I didn't go to jail or anything like that of sorts. So, again, I haven't been in jail since. I've been trying to keep myself from that. So, and I've been trying to follow the law as much as possible. And again, all I'm trying to do is make money. I'm not out here selling drugs, prostituting. If I could try to prostitute, you know, I don't know. It's like, yeah, Big Scotty out there on the corner. I'm gonna be my own pimp. I'll give you a backhand if you don't pay me that money. So yeah, I just need help at this point. That's why another thing now, my distrust a lot to do with cops, from my history with them, and that's one of the biggest reasons. That's why I try to videotape. I mean, back when I was in school, when I was being bullied in school, you know what I did? I actually took a tape recorder with me one day and recorded the whole incident with the kids who were picking on me. Because nobody was believing me I was being picked on, because, again, I was misdiagnosed, which I didn't know until later in high school. Why? Because they all thought I was hearing it in my head. I thought I was hearing voices. Again, it has nothing to do with mental retarded, because in other words, they could diagnose me as schizophrenic, because I don't have a family that doesn't have the history of it. So there was no way to really diagnose me on it for schizophrenia. So they just put it down to mental retarded and hearing voices in my head. And all was because of a misunderstanding of my language skills. Because what I said when they told me to do it was basically I took some bad advice from my cousins. Nothing bad about my cousins. They're there trying to help me out, get through childhood, my adolescence. They were there trying to be family and cousins. There was some bad advice they gave out to me, in which they told me if the kid calls me a name, beat their ass. That's what they told me to do. That's what my cousins told me. I spent a lot of time with my cousins, because between my mom and stuff, my dad, when they were between separations and stuff, and my mom made sure I had somebody to be with, like family, for instance. Because I didn't have very many friends whatsoever when I was growing up. I didn't have very many friends whatsoever. The only thing I had was my cousins and stuff like that. They were there for me. Family. You know, at that time. And somebody to look up to. She tried to have me someone to look up to my cousins. She tried to help me out by have somebody be there for me, since I didn't have many friends whatsoever. I didn't know what I normally did when I went out to get friends. I used to go walk or ride my bike around blocks in the neighborhood, find some kids playing, and try and hang out with them. You know, that's what I did, and try to make some friends. You know, I never really had any friends in school whatsoever. At all. To even talk to be hanging out with. It wasn't until I started playing football. That was a different story. When I started joining football, when I started football and playing at Cook, and I hand out with the team all the time. And there was that, and then they got those to be friends, you know. That was it. I never really had that many friends in high school. Or at all. But that's the only time I got friends, when I went out and about and in the neighborhood, local neighborhood, and try to find something. You know? Because the only time I went to school, and that's all I've been done, is get picked on and bullied, because I was pretty tall as a kid. Not fat, actually, tall. I was pretty, as I said, I was as skinny as a twig. You know? My weight gain didn't start really till I started hitting age 10. That's when I started really getting my weight gain. And started showing my fat. Okay? That's when it started hitting. And if they'd known what it was, I'm surprised it didn't show up in any blood work when I was a kid. The pituitary adenoma. And we didn't really start noticing that. They weren't looking for it at the time neither, until I started hitting puberty and things were developing somewhere they shouldn't be developing at. Let's put it that way. Okay? That's when it started raising some flags at that point. And that's when we come to find out I have pituitary adenoma. That's the kind that gives you weight. But we couldn't figure that out at the time because of my mom's insurance. Okay? We couldn't afford the MRIs and all that stuff at the time. So we don't have the insurance like we did before back in that time, in the day when I was young. So I hope you understand that. So don't judge my mom at this point with this. Because she did have insurance. She took me to the doctors, as she should do. But again, she was limited to what her insurance can give her. That was it. Very limited. So that's one thing she made sure. One thing she made sure my teeth was well taken care of. She did make sure of that too, when my teeth was well taken care of. So it was like I said, they couldn't do the MRI because my insurance didn't cover it. My husband's insurance didn't cover it. And we didn't know about the pituitary adenoma until hit age 18. That's when we found out. Okay. And I did try taking care of medication and everything else. Then the insurance started becoming a problem. And after I lost first time I lost the insurance to get it taken care of, the second time and the third time. Try to get it taken care of every time. Then when something fucks up the insurance, every damn time. Because the quickest way as possible is surgery. And again, it's like the people who says it's like they keep on saying, why don't you get the lap band surgery? If you look up the requirements, it'd be simple. Just go and get basically get a lap band on your stomach for surgery. It's not that simple, actually. To be honest, if you do your homework, you have to be a certain weight, for one, and you know basically the BMI, the body mass, whatever you want to call it, they go by body mass for the anesthesia. The more bigger you are, the more anesthesia they have to use. Okay. All it takes is a mistake, and they overdo the anesthesia, you can get killed, die from it. So it's not that simple. Just go and get surgery. Go get it done. You're gonna be all right. Yeah, that's not that. That's not how it works. I'm sorry. Do your research. Do the research. It's not like that. It's not how it works. I know these reality programs like My 600-Pound Life you watch every day. It's a lot of it's scripted, and again, hey, don't have to believe me, whatever. It's a lot of it's scripted, and they only pick certain people and keep their mouth shut. I'm telling you. So I'm not saying they're not helping people, but again, there's a lot more you think is going on in what behind the scenes. Let's put it that way. There's a lot more going on than what you think. A lot more. They're not going to show it because it's not going to give them the ratings they want. They pay for the show. It's all about ratings. That's how they get their money. They pay for that show. And it's basically scripted. And those people are not going to admit to it because they're going to find the people who keep their mouth shut. And they sign a contract or a gag order. They can't say shit. They can't say that stuff. What really happens, because they can get in trouble. Okay. There's a lot more than you think there is involved in that. A lot more, and the process of who can be on the show. So that's why it's like, don't believe everything you see on TV and reality TV shows. If you know what I mean, like Pawn Stars, Hardcore Pawn, South Beach Towing, Lizard Lick Towing, all those reality programs, like Survivor, anything like that. Don't believe everything you see in that TV program. You butthead. Bonker, you want my attention? Come on, bud. Come on. So I stopped watching that stuff. It's basically, a lot of it's not really true. They pay actors to come in to do all this stuff. That's what they do. They pay for the actors. The cat bonkers, everyone. My beautiful little boy. He's down here nibbling on my arm, trying to get my attention. Is what he's trying to do. He knows I'm stressing. So, yep. Yep. I one-eyed little kitty. Healthy as it could be. Yep. Good boy. Good bonkers. Yep. Look, people on what was it? Periscope. If you guys want to help me support me, you guys join my YouTube channel if you want. Look for Scott Flanagan. That will help me somewhat, like views and stuff like that. I don't make nothing off Periscope whatsoever. So, if you want, you can join me there. If you want to help me out support-wise. The more the views on my videos, the helpful it is. You know, I make money off my YouTube channel. I'm going to try to monetize everything I can that is allowed to be monetized. Scott Flanagan. That's called Scott Flanagan. Actually, yeah. I'll type it in the chat. You'll see my name in the chat. Oh, wrong chat box. Ugh, I got too many things going on here. Yeah, I'll put yo. All you gotta do is search the net for my YouTube channel. As I said, the more the views, or Twitch, either. Well, I don't make money off Twitch yet, neither. I've been trying to get that set up to make money. I've been trying to work at it. I haven't done nothing yet on Twitch. So yeah. I was showing my cat Timmy, but he's in the other room right now. Laid in a box of peanuts. Styrofoam peanuts. So, that's what he's doing. You'll find me. If you type that name and you see in the chat box, yeah, you'll find me. I appreciate it. Sub me. It'll help me a lot. Some support there. Not very much, but it'll be at least something started. You know, it's all. It's like support my YouTube channel. I'm right now. I'm just making about. I was making almost close to $80 a month, but that has dropped ever since all the changes they made in YouTube. So, and plus I haven't had any much new content lately, neither. That don't help matters also. Yeah. Ooh, let's put the camera down this way. Oh. So yeah. Hey, little boy. Hey, buddy, buddy, buddy. You kitty, 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 kitty. What's up, little man? Yes, you're a good boy. Yeah. I said, it's tearing me apart at this point. Losing my 3 females. I just thought it was a tough choice to make. You know, I had Bonkers for years. He was my oldest. He's 8 years old. He's going to turn 9 in September. And he's my oldest. I had him since he was a baby. Yep. He was a little boy. He was a little tiny when he was born with his mom. Sadly, his mom passed away a couple years back. So, yeah. I mean, it's hard. It's hurting me. Even going through the pictures on my phone that I have took of those cats, it's hurting me emotionally. And I think they're doing a good thing of service. You know, because somebody is blaming me for killing her cat. claiming that I did. As I said, it could be a lack of knowledge of what really happened. Because, as I said, she... apparently her cat wasn't vaccinated towards the feline AIDS in the first place. So, if I was irresponsible, what happened? If I was the responsible party, again, that makes me wonder why she didn't vaccinate her adult cat. You gotta really consider that. Think about it. She didn't vaccinate her adult cat. Apparently, she wasn't given the medical attention and vet care that he needed before she decided to get a kitten. And that's another thing. Anybody who would be getting a kitten from Craigslist or Facebook, you know you're not getting it from a certified pet like a shelter or anything. You're taking a risk. Nobody forced you to go get a kitten on Facebook or Craigslist. So it's like me saying I'm blaming McDonald's making me fat. Think about that. You know, everybody well knows you're taking a risk buying stuff on Facebook and Craigslist like that. You're taking a risk. You're doing that by choice. Nobody's forcing you to do that at all. Okay. So nobody forced this person to get a kitten from me. And they know the risk. If you want to be for sure of protecting your other cat, don't go out. You go on Craigslist and Facebook. It's like when I was giving out kittens, and I come across people that are having a hard time getting kittens from a shelter in the first place. That's why they do it in the first place, to get a kitten on Craigslist or Facebook. That's why they do it. Apparently it's not that easy. You just go in a shelter and go get one. Apparently it's not that simple. I don't know how many people I came across told me this. Quite a few when I was getting out kittens. They have told me they were having a hard time just try to get a kitten themselves from these places that give out kittens. There seems like there's a breakdown in the system itself at that point. If that's the case. And these people are coming out of town. I mean, people literally coming from out of town just to get a kitten. Not locally. I'm not here to try to hurt anybody, or again, you're still taking that risk going on Facebook on your own. You made this choice, you know. And again, I'm not gonna. It's like you're just as fault as I am at this point. And again, you didn't vaccinate the cat you currently had against the chances are getting feline AIDS. You didn't vaccinate them, if that was the case. And you're blaming me for this whole thing. That's like anybody going out and trying to get a cat off the street. Too, you're still taking that risk. I like with me, I was taking risk letting my females out to get knocked up. There was a risk. But again, I did that how many times? And again, I know I shouldn't be doing it. I've done have people had a cat, brought the stud in, which I know there still is. There's no guarantee of that neither. There's still a chance that person didn't vaccinate their cats against those diseases. That still doesn't matter if I did it on the street, or with a person who owns a male stud. There's still a risk. There won't be as much of a risk, but there's still a risk for doing that. So, yeah. You know, I didn't force anybody to get a kitten from me, and they know the risk. As like I mentioned, I know there's a risk for anything of any sorts. Getting stuff on Facebook or Craigslist. What you get, you might not work, or something's totally wrong with it. Chats either lied about it or stolen. You know, you're taking a risk regardless. Now at this point, it's gonna. I've noticed on Craigslist lately that there's not much people even in Jackson anymore doing kittens that much in Jackson. Probably because in fear of repercussions of animal control, and I've been noticing that for a while. I didn't know the reason, but now I probably know why. Isn't that has been as much on there on Craigslist as anymore there was. It's crazy. I haven't been on Facebook for sale sites for pets for sale for a while neither. And again, I wasn't really doing any good on Facebook when I was doing it in the first place. So yeah. So yeah, I just had to use alternatives. If it doesn't work. That's how my computer business works. You know, I used to make money off Craigslist all the time before they switched up the rules and changed to how you put your ads on Craigslist. And I started losing money because when they changed it, and that was before they started charging for service ads. Because now I used to post up on this for sale section of computers, and I was making tons of money off that. I was making a lot of money, quite a bit of money, to support myself for that. Then they changed the rules of how you post your stuff on Facebook, and you had to post your services under services. And then after that, and then I started losing money. I was not making the business as I was hoping it was. Then I come across Google Business. That helped me out quite a bit. Not as much as it did as Craigslist, but still good, a little good. But you know, I still had to come with an alternative for money wise. That's like I said, when I just started this when I was on First Street with the kittens, it was helping me for money wise, and I didn't see nothing wrong with it whatsoever. And people have been brought up and taught whatever they were taught. See, I lived on a farm with my family. That to me is normal. Okay? I've been brought up on a farm. I've been raised on a farm a little bit. I know. I've seen how it was going. You know, it just seemed normal. You know, it doesn't see nothing wrong with it. The farmers do it all the time. They breed stock and stuff. And livestock and stuff, you know? Or farm cats, dogs. You know? They do have rules to follow by too. I do know this. But nobody's judging those people. And how they slaughter cows, milk cows, too, you know, stuff like that. Nobody judges them. Chickens, and we do it every day. How we treat it. We have Tyson's chicken. Everybody knows. A lot of people learn about Tyson's chicken, and then how they raise their chickens and how they do the hormones and raise them in no lighted barns, no sign of daylight whatsoever, and how they slaughter cows. But again, nobody thinks anything about it because that's their food. And again, I don't think nothing about it neither because I eat steak every day usually. You know, I know where it comes from. You're cringe. I don't know. You might change your mind. You ever go to a slaughterhouse. what you want to eat anymore. That's why a lot of vegetarians become vegetarian, because they know how they treat these animals and how they are processed. It's like when people go. It's like those. What was it? Mountain Men. You ever watch that episode at all? Not a reality series. I was watching for a while and liked it. You know, Mountain Men. I mean, look how they hunt for their food and stuff like that. They don't go to a grocery store and get they do what they do, but for their meat and stuff. They get them by through the winter and all that stuff. They do it all the time. And I'm not judging them for that. That's how we started out before we even had a supermarket to go to get our food. Just imagine we don't have Walmart or a Myers or anything that sells meat and stuff. Imagine without all that. How do you think you get it? You have to hunt it. If you want a nice juicy steak and do all the soldering and all the cutting and all the stuff you have to do just to even prepare it to serve yourself. And just imagine before we had all this stuff. Just think about it. And this was it's still acceptable today in most societies. You know. Just think about this. I'm not here to just. This is a bunch of crap, you know. That's how life is, and it's like certain countries. There are certain countries that eat cat and dog. It's like, well, that's their belief, and that's how their country works, and that's how they eat. Again, I don't like the idea, but I can't do nothing to change that. That's their choice. That's their belief. I'm not going to force my belief on somebody like these people through animal control. They're forcing their beliefs on me. Again, there is no ordinance or law that states otherwise. That is illegal. Besides the limit of animals in the house. And there's nothing for vaccinations for cats. You know, it's like considering this whole situation. It's like, where am I? You're trying to force your belief on me. It's like I'm going in there forcing my belief on you. I say you must do this because that's the way I believe, the way it works, and that's how I was brought up. Sorry, you have to do the way I was brought up. No, nobody's going to go with that whatsoever. I'm not trying to force my belief on how I raise my cats, how I treat them. Like, everybody must agree I don't treat them badly at all. You can't, it's like they're acting like I need to take my cats to the vet every day, forcing me to take them to the vet. Again, and I'm not trying not to give them the medical care they need, and sometimes the medical care is unnecessary for what they have. Okay? If it's to the point of severe suffering, yeah, I do understand that. If it came down to it, I will take my cat to the vet and get it taken care of. I have done it. When I get the money up, I try to get the help, and I'll take them in. But currently, none of them are suffering or in pain or otherwise. Even the females were in pain or suffering. And the kitten had occasional, maybe a URI, but again, they were just getting over it, actually, to be honest. Without antibiotic. They were getting over it. and they come in here swooped in on me and say, hey, you gotta get rid of them. Now I don't know what's their status at this point. Who knows? At least I gave them a fighting chance to live and have a chance of a good life. As I said, if you don't believe me, the animal shelter here in town is a kill shelter. Just go to the video for refusal of information on the kennel license. The lady stated they euthanize cats and kittens every day. She did state that in the video. It is a kill shelter. And they would want to charge me $25 per cat, per kitten, for surrendering. Think about it. I'm paying them to kill my cats and kittens. Does that sound right to you? That's why the officer was asking me all those questions. Everything about where they are. I'm not going to sit there and take their information down, invade somebody else's privacy of their life because some officer's belief trying to force upon me to take the cats into the veterinarian clinic, to the vet or their clinic or their animal shelter, to pay to have them euthanized. Yeah, sure. I don't see what the bad idea of that is at all. I really don't, huh? I'm not trying to be well, if you want to say it's condescending, but again, just think about it. Why I act like that? And like, it's like of knowledge, I knew they were killing cats and kittens every day. I already knew this before they even said that. It was happening. Everybody's got the belief in their head, been told by somebody that they don't do that down the road. Right? You're being lied to. You're being lied to. And you want to believe that and bow your head and say, yeah, they'll be okay. Or it's okay to euthanize a cat and all that stuff. To decrease the population and all that stuff. If you take a look, there's not been a change in the cat population in all the years of this whatsoever. It's crazy. Nobody looks at the statistics, so like, wow, I haven't looked at the statistics neither, but again, I'm just going off the top of my head at this point in what I see. Again, I can go on there and I guarantee nothing much has changed. And you're beating a bush with a branch, and you're not getting nowhere. So people really need to think through, but again, they don't. Again, they've been going by what they've been. It's like I say, same thing with me. I'm going by what I was been brought up and what I see in my knowledge and current thing. You know, it's like people make. It's like they think they know the laws sometimes too. It's like the recording laws. People are telling me you're not supposed to record your police and your public or any like the shelter and stuff. It's a public place. You have every right to do it. You have every right to record your police and your officials. It's the First Amendment. Again, you don't know anything about the First Amendment, apparently. Or any of the amendments. In your Constitution. It makes me frustrated at this point, where like, wow. You just want to bow down and just comply with everything they say and tell you. I mean, I just try to avoid it as much as possible at this point, though. But it comes to the point where you bring me into it, and it's not right. I'm going to bring it out. I'm going to stand my ground. You know, and again, that's why I'm asking for it. Basically, I want a ticket or a written documentation stating I must vaccinate my cats. And again, they're failed to provide either or. What? Just let it happen? Do it? Spend the money where I could spend it otherwise? A roof over my head? It makes no sense whatsoever. You just want to sit down and let it happen, and just let them walk over your rights, and let it just do it that way, and we don't respect it whatsoever. You know. I would love to do what to do without having to lose my cats. Now it's ridiculous bullshit. What am I supposed to do at this point? I don't know anymore. Probably, I mean, everybody could ask questions right if they want. Because I'm running out of a lot of things to talk about right now. We're basically talking about the same crap over and over again almost. And it's like I'm getting tired of repeating myself at this point. I'd be more willing to take questions if anyone wants to ask any at this moment. Because I'm about ready to decide to cut this feed and go watch Game of Thrones. That's what I'm about ready to do right now. So I'm hoping somebody finds it. I mean, hopefully, I'm asking for help outside the country, I guess, because my rights are being trampled over. So, and you don't like to think so. Whatever, that's fine. That's why I said what I said. The Americans don't care about their own people anymore. So, whatever, you know. Anybody? Anything? To keep this going? Please let me know. At this moment. In the next about couple minutes, I'll give it about 2, 3, 4 minutes. If anybody asks me a question or something you want to know, let me know now. Because I'm just gonna stop the feed and just go watch Game of Thrones. Please let me know. Hi, how you doing? Lil, you cool? How you doing? This is basically about my cats and stuff, this video, if you're just joining. How I'm being, how the local animal control here is trying to enforce an ordinance upon me that don't exist. So, funny. You too, huh? Here comes the trolls, everyone. Welcome, trolls. How you doing? Are you doing good today? Flip me like a pancake, boy. Yeah, okay. Let's sumo it. Wow. Here comes the trolls and haters, everyone. Welcome, everybody. How you doing, guys? Having a nice day? Did you have your morning pick on me day? Actually, that's just ripped wallpaper. That's what that is. Okay. Denial is not just a river. Oh, wonderful. Okay. As you say so. So, yeah. Really? It's funny. Tommy's got jokes. Oh, you did? Really? You saw me on TV the other day. Okay. Yep, here they come. How funny. Those are picking on me because of my weight. How big I am. Whoop-de-doo. They want to act like children. Here comes the kids, everyone. They haven't grown up yet. I feel bad for the chair. Ooh. Like that's not one I haven't heard before. I don't know. Never checked. And I never watched myself doing that. Oh. Anything else? Anything bigger? Anything worse assaults you can give me of my weight? So far, have you seen it's not really bothering me? I'm fat. Whoop-de-doo. I'm 660 pounds. Hey, everyone. I am 660 pounds, everyone. Let you know. Let me see. I'm afraid. I'm really worried about denying my weight, and I'm gonna get pissed over my weight. Okay. Let me bring up that picture. I should have my last weigh on here to show you how much I weigh. I don't care. It's not going to bother me what you guys say about my weight. Whoop-de-doo. Grow up. I grew up on that. Oh, I hate looking at all these pictures again of my cats and kittens that I don't have anymore. Oh yeah, hey, know what everybody want to know? Do you want to know what happens to my cats and kittens? I eat them for dinner. All right here. That's where they went. They're all in my belly. Get in my belly. Baby back ribs. My baby back ribs. Get in my belly. A lot of cat pictures. Come on, where's my weight? Where's my weight? I want my weight. I hate looking at these pictures. It's reminding me of my kittens and cats. God, I gotta open this crap. Woo-wee, woo-wee. Okay. That's a lot of people told me I'm gonna die from a heart attack. Woohoo! That's my concern, not yours. So who cares? Ah, there we go. That's my weight, everyone. My last weigh-in like a month ago. I'm not worried about my judgment of people. That's my weight. 664.6 pounds. If you don't understand, go to the kilos and you'll find, or whatever, so you know how many kilos I am. Sorry, I'm American and only know pounds. Or they call. I'm starting to learn what they call. What was it? I can't remember what it was called. The UK was calling it something else. I can't remember what they call it. It was something totally different. Oh, really? Let me tuck it in. Oh, there's my tummy tuck. How about that? Do I look skinnier? Oh, yeah. I feel much better. Oh. I had to get rid of 3 and plus the kittens. Ah, stones, yep. Thank you. Thank you, Haley. Stones. Can you tell me the terminology of that? I want to understand that. The stones. I was trying to understand how they go. Is it like rocks or something? I'm trying to understand that terminology. Hey, does this shirt make me look fat? May I ask, or anything? Ah, okay, thank you. I appreciate that. I was trying to understand that. Nope. No Minecraft here. I'm not letting it get to me. I'm laughing at it, actually. I'm watching from a few videos, like undergrade A, stuff like that. Some people just let it happen. Don't let it bother you. They're gonna be there. There's nothing you can do. They're just ignorant and stupid. That's all they are. Whoop-de-doo. I'm not gonna let it get to me. They can say all they want. Because they're going to see that I'm not going to get a reaction at me as they hope they will. And then it'll just go away. That's it. I'm not going to let it bother me whatsoever. You know, I've been picked on since I was high school because I'm overweight. That's old shit. That's just childish crap. That's all it is. Yeah. Thank you. At least I have confidence and tons of it. So, yeah. How? I gotta figure out how to find these people who got them in the first place. It's kind of hard when I didn't really take down the information. And plus, if it came down to trying to prove my cat's about the feline AIDS situation, to prove my innocence on that, you know, it would be kind of hard for me, you know. But again, there's no proof of there on the other side of that case anyways. That was the case. Oh yeah, definitely. I'm not going to. Nope. It's kind of hard to find somebody to give them away to, somebody I know. A lot of my people I know that are having the same problems with animal control in my area in the first place. So yeah, it was kind of difficult. F what people think. 2019. I have respect for you. Okay, cool. Thank you. Sorry, I'm not interested in right now for women or anything right now. Or if you're a guy, I'm not that way neither. Or bi. So, and I have no problem with you people neither if that's the case. Whatsoever. I used to have roommates that were gay. So I didn't care. Oh, you're welcome. No problem. So, no issues. Yeah, I have no problem with that. So yeah, I would love to get my cats back. Definitely. Because right now it's tearing me up at this point. It's emotional. I'm going through a lot of emotions right now, and I need them for my support, and they're gone. I'm going through a lot. Yeah. Problem is, I probably then if I take my shirt off, this would be considered age restricted. Let's put it that way. Okay. Then this video will be considered age restricted, or then it will be deleted. One of the two. Yeah. It's hard. It is very, very hard. I'm hurting so bad. I'm tore up. I'm very tore up. And I mean, and animal control does not want to leave me alone. I'm done with the ass. Besides the vaccinations, got the cat population down, and they still persist of having my cats vaccinated. And there's no ordinance for it. What am I supposed to do? And I went to all the officials I needed to go to just to try to get this issue resolved. And I didn't get nowhere at this point. The only thing that's left is court. So far, I haven't got a ticket yet. The guy gave me no ticket yet. And I haven't gave me no written anything black and white stating otherwise neither. They have been in my place twice now. And I'm already above board. Besides the vaccinations. According to them. They're refusing to leave me alone. They won't let it go. They want to persist because I stood up what they were trying to do. And they're trying to accuse me of giving out kittens with feline AIDS, which wasn't basically true. So they're going by what they got reported from somebody, which they had no evidence. So they have nothing to stand on at this point. The last time they came in was with a cop. And I did still let him in. But again, the cop didn't want to do nothing to stop or try to keep this from happening. He's going to probably continue harassing me. I want the harassment to stop. I'm trying to find a legal means to take care of this. If they're going to press the charges, do it. Ticket me. Do it. Stop harassing me. Let me have my day in court. That's all I'm asking. Yeah, that's the plan. Well, that's the plan. I gotta let them again this time because I'm going to have to, because they're going to want to make sure I don't have my other cats back. That's what they're trying to make sure I didn't bring my cats back. That's what they're trying to do. And the lawyer won't take my call. I even tried to call for it in consultation. I called it, I had a referral, and didn't return my call. So I guess an attorney doesn't want to take this on either. That leaves me with what? That's the problem. That means if the attorney want to take it, what am I supposed to do? I have my rights are being trampled and violated, and I have no control of it whatsoever. I am planning to the next, but the second, this will be the last time, and hopefully I'm going to give this will be basically it's going to be a 3-strike deal. If they do it again, this is it. This is the last time I'm going to let them in, and they're going to must have a warrant at this point. But the problem is it doesn't stop my roommate from letting them in neither, because he can let them in. And then what am I supposed to do then? Because he let him in the first time. That's what started all of this in the first place, because the officer got let in. Yeah. So, yeah. And hopefully no more further than that. I can't. He owns the house. That's the problem. I'm renting from him. So I don't have much control of that. So he already made it clear he doesn't have my back at this point. For our friend he's supposed to be, what am I supposed to do? I have no control of that. He probably let him in. It doesn't stop him. That's why I need to move out of here and find me somewhere else. I'm hoping there's a possible opportunity to get my own place. I'm just waiting for it to find out some information. My room is not very. Let me show you. My room's a little bit messy right now. To give you a heads up. I'll show you what my room consists of. Damn it! Sorry, the camera froze again. Hold on. Man. Jeez, it stopped. I need to stop it. That's a clock. Alright. There's the ceiling. That's how big my room is, everyone. Okay? That's basically a 10 by 10 room. That's all I have. Just imagine 2 cats being cooped up in this one room. And there's no place to put the litter boxes, or the cat food, or anything like that in here. So, especially when I run a computer repair, when I have customers over, and I got to keep the order under control as much as possible. So yeah, and having the litter boxes stuck in here, and even though I do keep them clean, but there's usually an order it puts out. And just imagine it being stuck in one room, a small tiny room like this with a litter box. That smell lingers. Let's put it that way. Gets in your clothes, gets in your bed, gets in all that good stuff. You know, I can spray a few scented stuff like that, but again, that'd be a big problem. Yeah, yeah. That place, basically, the owner was basically getting the person who originally owned the condo was under a land contract with the people I lived with, and he stopped paying the fees for the housing fees, and he stopped paying the land contract. He basically just started doing drugs and breaking in people's apartments, stealing stuff. He was already in trouble. Come to find out, his supposedly wife or girlfriend was rearrested again just recently. She's back in jail again right now. Brandy. She's back in jail again. Come to find out. So, yeah. The person got his place back in. In order, I was about wanted to take over the place. I would want to live in there. I would have started taking the payments, but again, in order for me to afford that place with the bill, the electric bill, and all that, I would have had to get a roommate. That would be the only way I could afford that place on my own. So I couldn't find a roommate. I couldn't find somebody. And there was still the issue with the land contract going on between Bill and the owner. So he was in the process of getting it back. So I even talked to the owner a few times myself. He showed up. I talked to him, tried to work something out with him in some shape or form. There wasn't really much of anything I could have done. I most likely would have been kicked out anyways, regardless of the situation. So yeah. Right now, my income level is about $400 a month. That's with self-employment. That's it. Like it was those kittens, I was reliable on that money. That was one thing I was going to hope to get this month. Again, the kittens that did get sold, and the money that went towards vet bills that I've been paying out my ass just to cover my ass for the Fleon AIDS case that he apparently lied to me about, that he had no evidence whatsoever or proof to press that charge on me. Come to find out. So that was a little upsetting. When I got the proof of Bonkers not having the Fleon AIDS, he came up negative, that just blew a hole through his case completely on that. And he was really like, oh. Yeah. Come to find out. Yeah, it was a bluff. I called it. He wants me to get my cats vaccinated. It's like, again, he's lying through his teeth on a lot of bullshit. And I'm guessing, I'm not sure, he's twisting people's words around that are supporting me, calling animal control. That may be the case, because the last conversation I had with the animal control officer brought some stuff that somebody I talked to on Facebook. And he twisted it all the way around to the point it turned me against that person. And I'm trying to apologize if that's the case. If she was trying to support me in that issue, and I do apologize for that. If that was the case, if the officer just took that to his advantage and just twisted everything and trying to turn me against her to go against her. So I don't know. It's like right now at this point, I can't trust. The only people I can trust right now is family and most direct friends on Facebook that I deal with mostly on a daily basis, or I can talk to them. Those people I can trust. Pretty much anybody else on my Facebook, I can't trust anymore. Yeah. But again, I don't know. Again, there's the issue with my roommate might let him in. There's still that case. This what he let him in the first time, the very first time. And, he tells me it's my house, I can let whoever I want in. That's what he told me, which is true. It's his house. He can let people in, but again, he knew how many cats we had in the house. He knew it. I don't know how well he knows the ordinance. I'm pretty sure he should have known the ordinance. But how many cats are allowed? But who knows? Who knows? He's a drunk and stuff like that. And he forgets stuff all the time. Terrible. Let's for that question for the credit. Terrible. Very bad. I tried applying for care credit for help with the vet bills, to get the credit card to get to the vet. I was planning to get the whole cats checked for the HIV, feline AIDS thing, and I was going to use that for that reason, for my protection of trying to charge me for doing that. Come to find out, he has nothing there to charge me with, because he admitted it. So, after I showed him the paperwork of bunkers of proven negative, all he wanted me to do was get the cat population down and vaccinate my cats. That is what he keeps on persisting to say. And what he keeps on doing. So, I told him to give me a ticket. Write me a statement. Something. Give me something that states it, or you write me something that I need to do, what I need to get in compliance. Nothing has come avail of that. So, nothing. Even a friend of mine even tried to get information. And know what they did? They went after her with her dogs. Yeah. Because they weren't up to date. Yeah. I just want to be left alone. My right to my privacy. That's it. Yeah, that's about. That's what if they do come. I want to ask again. Provide me the info or a ticket or something in writing, and that's it. And then let them in, check the cats out, done, leave. No, and no more entry at all. I am done with that. After that. And hopefully, again, it's going to persist on the vaccinations. Again, I want to be ticketed or written documentation. I want that. Stating I have to have my cats vaccinated. I want it. That's what I want. I'm trying to comply here. I'm not going to comply towards what the ordinance says. Not going to comply to a made-up ordinance. I will not comply to that. I'm sorry. Ain't going to happen. Yeah, that's the. I noticed the one thing what the attorney say: do not say a damn thing to a cop. Keep your mouth shut. Plead the fifth. Pretty much it. You have the right to remain silent, which is true. You know, at first, when I first met this officer, it made me question because the way he wasn't really being professional at all at the point. For a minute, I thought he was impersonating an officer. The way his outfit was at first. Because they're still using some janky-ass uniform. I'd never seen a day in my life for animal control. It's like it's been had been through a few mothballs. And the badge looked fake as hell. You know, I was like, the reason why I thought of that because most recently I've been watching some YouTube videos on cop impersonators. How they get all the lights on their cars, the uniforms, and like, wow, you couldn't even tell if it was a real deal or not. I was like, wow. But I said, this guy just didn't give me, it didn't look like he was a real officer. Okay, it didn't look like that at all. So, after the way he was questioning me, it was not professional. So, I just didn't, I told him, I even asked him to leave. So, because I wasn't taking that chance. But after he left, I even called animal control to confirm he worked there, which he did. So that was my biggest concern, because I wanted to tell me it was just impersonating an animal control officer and trying to pull some bullshit. You know, I mean, I never came across an impersonator before, but again, you never know. Yeah, I know. Because anything you said you could be used against you in a court of law. I know. I said I'm trying to respect the cop as much as possible. If he's a cop, I try to respect any officer. I try to have an open rapport. I try to talk to him. Because I said my father was an officer, police officer, in Birmingham, Alabama. And he was law enforcement. My father before he passed away. You know, I try to have much respect for a cop. As much as I can, even though how I've been treated in the past by cops. I try to have the respect as much as possible for them. But again, sometimes they don't go that well. And they started blurting out things that makes no sense. At all to me. It makes no sense to me at all. And I get one cop telling me something else different every time. From another. Tells me this, tells me that. And a different officer tells me a whole different story afterwards. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. You know, I'm trying to have my respect towards them. I want to respect the law. You know, I really do. So I try to keep my nose clean. I don't want to be in jail ever again. I've been to jail before. And hopefully never again. And that was like 20 years ago. About 30, about over 30 years ago, somewhere here. No, not 20 years ago, about 20 years ago. Whatever it is. I was basically 18 years old. Put it that way. I'm not doing my math very well. Forgive me, people. I flunked math. Part of my disability, I guess. Yeah, I know. I want to be left alone. I don't want to break no laws. I don't want to end up in jail again. I don't. I haven't ended up in jail since then. Ever. After that. And I never want to do it again. Nope. So, I'm trying to do what I can what's supposed to be right. But again, there's certain things you got to take certain measures just to make it in life. It's like I'm not trying to do the biggest crime of the century. I'm just trying to make the money I need legally as possible. I'm trying to. I'm not here trying to rip people off. You know, you think I'd be in jail again if that was the case. I'm not trying to con people. I'm not trying to scam people. I was like, if I know if I'm talking to anybody locally in Jackson, just recently, I installed a security system for Goldie Body Works. He just caught somebody recently stealing stuff out of his shop, parts and tools. He asked me to come over and get the footage for the cops, which I did. Got paid for it too. That's where a lot of that money I got just recently for doing if I need to get my cats vaccinated and stuff like that. That's the plan. If I have to. I said I want something written in writing. If I have to do this. Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah. And the officer I talked to, he says his sister went to high school with me, and he said he'll try to talk to somebody in the county office, the higher guy, the head honcho guy. That's what he told me. I asked the question about the ordinance, because I said the city police was enforcing the city ordinance for animal control for a period of time, because our animal control was no longer in Jackson for it, and we didn't have animal control anymore for a period of time. They finally brought it back. So I asked him that question, and I told him the police in the Jackson Police Department is watching my YouTube channel. I know this. I know some they are. They know me personally, and some people I went to school with, maybe. You know, and the officer was awesome. He was cool. So I asked him that, and he said he'll try something to talk to the county office guy. So he told me to try to do that. But I don't know it's going to come avail, because the lady I talked to in the county office didn't even want to bother to look through the ordinance. She wanted to persist, agree with the animal control officer. So, try to work a resolution of the whole deal of this situation. And he's still persisting on the vaccinations. I mean, I ran out of people to go to. So, that's it. I called City Hall. Tried calling the mayor. Tried calling the governor. Tried calling, and then went down to the county office. Broke down crying in front of the lady there. Literally broke down crying. I decided not to take a camera with me, because out of respect and hoping that she will help me, praying to help me, and explain to her my situation and my plight at this point. And I broke down crying in front of her at this point, asking for her help. All she did was call the officer that is working on my case and trying to enforce an ordinance that don't exist. And he did it in front of, and he said, and I was trying to go through the ordinance in front of her, trying to explain it. I did the same thing just like early in the video here. I was trying to show her we're stating this and that, but no, nothing. She didn't want nothing to do with it. So I don't know. It makes me afraid if I do go to court, who's the judge going to side with? Who knows? I mean, he could side with me, he could side with the cop. Who knows? I don't know. It's like I said. Yes, I was out of the ordinance. But again, the ordinance he's trying to enforce has nothing to do with what I did wrong whatsoever. That is taken care of. I took care of the population. It's down to 3 cats in the house. That's done. 3 cats in the house only. 3 cats. And he saw that for himself in the last visit. Next visit he's going to see 3 cats again. And he's going to probably still persist on the vaccines. And he probably would still refuse to give me the information or the ticket. The writing for whatever writing. So, and he's going to constantly harass me on this. And I will do what you suggested. Don't let him. Well, again, there's still the roommate thing. He can let him in. That won't stop him. And that's going to piss him off. And he flies off the handle real easy. He really does. And then what am I going to do? I'm going to be in a situation where I have to move. Right now, I need to find a different place to live. I do. That's another thing that's going to be more difficult now. Come to find out, it's illegal to rent rooms now. Out. Come to find that out. You have to be registered. If you're not registered, it's illegal. Yay. One of my friends got hit with that. And that wasn't good. Yep. Wonderful. only way to keep the little guy down, not to make it. So they're running out of things to do at this point. No more house tearing down, apparently, I guess. Then what's the next step? Turn people in their homes to the point where get them out of their house, to get the people out of the people who are renting rooms and stuff like that. There's that now. And the new thing now is the animals. That's another thing they're trying to do now. Crack down on the pets. And cats and dogs. There's that now. Yep. They're trying to make everything in their power just to drive people that don't, or the average person making money, income, out of Jackson. Or people who don't have money or making no money whatsoever out of Jackson. So I don't know. There we go. Oh, that's what I want to do right now. I want to leave Jackson. I want to get moved out. And it's going to be kind of hard to find somebody to take me and my cats. If that's the case, because of my income. So that's going to make it even more harder. And the only people I really know is in Jackson at this point. I know my best bet was a family member or something. I can't move with my mom. That's out of the option. I even called one of my cousins up because he was having trouble financially. And see if he had something, but nope. But again, he's trying to help out somewhat. He's called my mom up to let him know about some information about some property that might be doable, and my mom would be more willing to pay for it. Help me pay for it. But she told me I'm on my own at that point. After that. So a property with a trailer on it. So for the trailer is in livable conditions, though. That's the question. We'll find if we get the information. If we get the information. So I have my own place, my own property. Whenever if it does come through. She already told me she'll be willing to help do that. But again, we got to make sure the trailer is livable before we get into it. That's the biggest concern I'm worried about. Because it's got to pass for livable conditions if we do it. I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out what to do here. Where to go? I got to get out of here. Because I can't rely on the situation with the roommate, because he just probably let the officer back in the house again, and still trying to get us that ordinance. And it'll piss him off. There's that. He's already getting pissed off with the situation. He's already blasted me, basically burned me last time. If you heard him. So he changed his whole story about the cop being let in or not being let in or gave permission, and he said he did let him in. Yay. That just basically burned me at that point. I was like, really? Whatever. What am I supposed to do? I need to just get out of here. I need to get my own place somehow. My own place to go. Where can I go? I'm trying to do what I can. So I can just be left alone, my privacy, and be on my own. I just want my own place. It sucks. Oh my God. Oh. Again, I'm about ready to call it here. Got anybody else got any more questions? Please bring them up. I'll be more than willing to talk to you about it. I need to go watch Game of Thrones here. And I gotta get up early in the morning. I'm gonna try. I don't know if it's gonna do me any good. I was looking up some information how to report this situation. Department of Justice. I don't know if it'll do me any good. Report to the Department of Justice tomorrow. I don't know. If it'll do any good at all. That's one next step I'm going to do. I'm going to try to report this in the Department of Justice what's going on. But it probably won't do me no good. Nobody cares, as I said. That's why I put Americans don't care of their own. If it doesn't make them money, doesn't help them at all in their own blight, they don't give a fuck. I don't want to be in this position anymore like this. I want to be, like I said, I want to just live my life. I'm not trying to hurt nobody. I'm not trying to do anything. That's all. But again, I'm going to give this 5 more minutes. If anybody's got a question, let me know. Because I'd be more than willing to answer anything. So, I don't know. I'm running out of, I'm back repeating myself again. I'm trying to avoid this, repeating myself. That's what pisses me off half the time, is repeating myself to somebody. That's why it seems like I'm condescending and getting mad at people or angry every time, because I have to repeat myself, or they don't know, they didn't know what's going on, don't know what the situation is, even though I told them many times over again. You know, it's like, really? Come on. Jeez. It's like somebody's persuasive with the feline eats thing. It's like, it doesn't mean your cat is going to get it. Don't get transmitted to him or anything. Like, apparently, they read it. They've seen the same thing I've seen. And they're not getting it neither. So, well, fine. Whatever. I'm doing what I can. Said 5 more minutes. I'm gonna just let this. I'm gonna watch Game of Thrones. That's it. And I've been already like almost 3 hours into this feed. 3 hours. Right now it's been over 2 hours and 43 minutes. So I don't know. I'm here trying to get this taken care of. And something. I mean, I need some. I just wish I could find somebody who can help me through this situation. Like, what if I need a lawyer? Yes, something. Back me up. Something. I mean, this just is all. This is being bullied by animal control. He's on a power trip. That's all he is. He's on a power trip. Trying to assert his belief on me. That's all he's doing. What am I supposed to do? I need somebody to deal with this. I don't know all the legal stuff of anything what I need to do, or I can't find the people that can do something about it, or want to do anything about it. They don't care. That's why I said in my title, Americans don't care about their own people. All they worry about is immigrants coming in our country at this point. Illegal immigrants. I'm not going to get into that at all. It's just stupid. So, that's why I stopped getting into politics. I stopped watching Young Turks. I even tried to listen to the other side, and I'm getting the same thing on that. It's nothing much. It's got totally different opinions, but they're doing the exact same thing as the other one is doing to get them to their side. I'm just like, no more. I'm done. That's why you hardly hear me talk about a lot of that stuff anymore. Because they're going to make a difference. I guess. I'm getting people, I'm losing people anyways. So I guess we call it the night. I guess. That tells me right there. I appreciate the people that have actually been here and stayed here. I guess I'm going to go watch my Game of Thrones and go to bed or something. Wake up for a whole new day. And maybe Animal Control will show up tomorrow morning. I don't know. To find out if I still have just my 2 cats. Yeah, and they're single, and then they say they're not singling me out. And they're not doing anything. What's his name? This cat. They're not asking about his veterinary care or anything else. But they're asking for mine. That cat's been just long around my cats. Yeah. So. Yep, they're singling me out. In somewhat shape or form. This guy's on a power trip. I would appreciate if it would help me at this point. I said you can donate to my GoMeFundMe page. I'm at anybody. The guys in America don't care. Americans don't care. So whatever. Doesn't matter. Yep. I thank you for watching my video. Appreciate it. Have a good day, morning. I'll try to be back on today, maybe. Hopefully, I'll figure out something. I hopefully will. Let's hope everything works out. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you got this far into it, at least. Donate. I said donations. GoFundMe if you can. Appreciate it. Any financial help. Thanks again. Have a nice day, morning, night. Alright. Thanks for watching.